As we're driving, we know when to stop because the stop sign is immediately identifiable. It's always the shape of an octagon, red, and the letters stop. We know when to yield to oncoming traffic because the yield sign is immediately identifiable, an upside down triangle with the words yield. The speed limit is always immediately identifiable, a rectangle with a large number of what the speed limit is. Signs communicate effectively because they are immediately identifiable and because they can be seen. Ever driven somewhere, perhaps in a neighborhood, and you're approaching a corner or an intersection, and you can't quite tell if you need to stop because there's a lot of overgrowth at the corner? Signs communicate effectively when they can be seen and when they are immediately identifiable. My dear friends of Christ, it is no different with the baptized Christian. We are visible signs, and we are called to be immediately identifiable by how we live, by how we love, by how we act. Do we live? Do we love? Do we act as Jesus Christ himself does and as he has commanded us to do? It's not simply a recommendation. It is a commandment. It's a mandate by Christ himself. Love one another as I have loved you. That is how others will know that you are my disciples. How can I be today a more identifiable sign, a more immediately identifiable sign to my family members? How can I live like Jesus? How can I love like Jesus? How can I act like Jesus in my home and in my family so that they might know that I too am a sign of Christ? There is always something more that we can do to be immediately identifiable as a disciple of Christ. And in this time of social distancing and self-quarantining, we can do that most immediately in our families, even amongst our friends by calling them or by reaching out. Whatever it is, my dear friends of Christ, be the sign that Christ wants you to be. And if there's some overgrowth on your heart, for example, on your spirit, on your soul, start to clear that away so that Christ can be more immediately seen in and through you. Because, my dear friends in Christ and saints in the making, when we clear away that growth, we're making space for grace.